Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So back on art today, and I'm actually back on the Olympus map, funnily enough. Got some things I'm doing on the Crystal Isles, but I just had an idea that I thought I'd pop back to something to do on this. We had some bits and pieces left on the list of things that I wanted to do here anyway, so yeah, we're going to get to that today. So first thing I'm going to show you actually though, is we haven't got an enormous amount of daytime left here, so I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm going to be doing, and then I'll probably bring you back in a bit. So I have finally completed the back door, or the outer wall. So I think in the last episode on Olympus I showed you the front wall there, or the front gate there, and I've now done the back gate as well. So I'm not going to do a whole episode on this, I'll just show you kind of what I've done. So it's similar in design to the front, just has the kind of double wall thing with the railings running around. I put another tower up here, just a smaller tower. And then I put like a little way down. So I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, this is something I like doing quite a lot with the double walls. It gives you this opportunity to put a stairway kind of embedded in the wall, which I always think looks quite good. Obviously you're only getting a single wall at this point, but just rather than having a stairway on the outside of it, it takes up less space. So then yeah, pillars, a few decorations and things, and this is what it looks like from the outside. We have just had an update to Olympus actually today. So there's a few. Looks like there's a few changes to sort of resources and stuff in the redwoods here. It seems to be more rocks. Definitely down on the beach where the CC is, there seems to be a lot more rocks than there were before. So yeah, that is that. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, getting to a point where we're kind of completing on this base now. Finally, having already left. So yeah, there's the front gate. We're calling this the front gate because it's the larger one, the smaller one at the back. So what we're actually working on today, what the plan is for today, is the aviary. So this is where the aviary is going to be. It's been there for a while. I just had everything kind of jammed up there, but it looked kind of rubbish. So what I've had to do is, if you notice there, I've built a new tree platform on this redwood. So that is one of the spawned redwoods, or the actual, I guess, native redwoods, or actual map redwoods, because you can see it moves. This one is one I placed down. And the intention of placing that one, apart from the fact that there was actually a bit of a hole there, I felt, was this plan. So what I'm going to try and do, I have no idea really if this is going to work, but I want to place... Oh, someone running over there. I want to place a custom platform up there, and how I'm going to do that is by doing the circle technique, the patented Captain Fat Dog technique of doing the circles that I've done. I'm a bit concerned that everybody seems to be running around here. I don't have anything with me. Oh, there's a car now. I've got a bear here. Yes, I'm going to take the tree. I'm going to take the tree platform down. I'm going to remove the redwood, and I'm going to use the circle, create the circle, or lay the foundations. Because one of the problems you have with these, I'll show you what I mean. One of the problems you have with these is that obviously, if I was to try and, you can't create a circle inside that. You can't actually get close enough to the centre. I could, if I was an admin, I could ghost into the middle of that, but I can't do that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tree platform and the tree away, place the circle down, bring the circle ring out, so that so I've got the edge of the circle kind of out here, so I can see it still, and then place the redwood back down in the middle of the circle. And I'm hoping that by doing that, I can get I can build close enough to the redwood to be able to clip things into it and surround it with a staircase that's going to go all the way up. So that's the plan. And I suspect if you're seeing this video, it's worked. If it hasn't worked, I won't put this video out. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. So let me get a bit ahead. What I need to do actually is once I take the tree away. Oh, it doesn't matter. I was going to say once I take the tree away, I won't know where to place it back, but the circle itself will tell me that. Doesn't need to be exactly there. Alright, guys. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll take this stuff away. Obviously, it takes a while to remove these because neither Eco or the I think this is a. I can't remember if this is a. Oh no, this is an Eco Trees platform. So Eco's made an intelligent decision there to make sure that you can't just click this quickly. So I shall bring you back when I've got the circle and everything laid out, guys. Right, back in a bit. I thought I'd just bring you back actually. It's a while since I've done this, so I'm just going to show you again if you don't know how to make these circles. They're very simple actually. So you have a metal pipe. Make sure you have metal pipes. Straight and vertical and fence foundations. So you place look down at the ground, place a metal pipe, don't move the mouse, switch to your straight to fence foundation, place that down, and then you place the vertical pipe at the end of the obviously attached to that straight pipe that you put down first. Next, you are going to click back on your fence foundations, and you want to use the 45 degree, the first one it gives you. Bring that out to, oh, not that, so that you've got a straight sort of V there. Oh, that's going to be annoying in the background, but we'll deal with that. Then you want to bring this edge in. So you want this kind of, I can't remember if that's obtuse or acute, but that angle. I think it's about 30 degree maybe, that angle. And then you want to do the same with the other one. And I'm flipping that second fence foundation. Basically you want to end up with this little V. And what I've just realised I'm missing is a couple of railings. So we'll just do 4 of those. Hopefully I can pull, yeah I can. This is very simple to make this first stage of the circle. So that gives you place 2 railings on that, and that gives you this little V. And then this is the point where you're basically going to do the dissection of that first angle there. Is that the right thing? Yeah. So I've got already got this angle here, that distance. I'm going to just dissect it by standing in the middle of this fence, those 2 railings, and I'm going to get another pillar, another fence foundation, and I want it just to clip. Basically, I'm pushing myself right in the middle of this, and just to clip into the centre of that. I think Fat Dog originally, actually, when he did it behind. So he did it with his spyglass, and just placed it behind there. It seems like you move around quite a lot with the scope, so I don't know if that's easier to do at all, but that's going to be rubbish. I think I'm just going to do it by hand. I don't find the scope really helps you. It doesn't, definitely with the gun optic, I think the problem is that moves around quite a lot. So I'm going to place it. I'm going to place it by hand. And so that's pretty good. And then all I need to do is put these back in. So I'm snapping those back onto the original fence foundations, and effectively that's all I needed to do. Because now I can just build out the rest of the circle from that, you'll find that it snaps. It gives you all the other snap points basically. So you should start to see that it comes together into a circle. Or it's not actually a circle, it's a 16-sided shape, I think it is. Which if you're doing a massive circle, so when I was doing the arena, obviously you start to see the discrepancies come out, and you can actually see the discrepancies in this already, to be honest, where I've not been entirely accurate. See some of these sections are slightly larger. I'm missing one here, but than they should be. So yeah, I'll bring you back, guys, when I get to the next stage. Okay, so it's early in the morning here. So you can see I've basically gone out three fence foundations, and I've put a pillar on the end. I can see I've got one wrong there. I put a pillar on the end of every last fence foundation, and the only reason I've done that really at this stage is just so that when I place this tree down, I've got something that's a visual guide to tell me. I don't know why it's doing that to me now. Is it because I'm too close to that pillar? To give me a visual guide of where the tree needs to go. Let's just undo that a second. I was hoping to try and get it a bit further away from my character, but so you can see there, as long as I've got all of the pillars on the outside of that tree and not inside it, I should be alright. Quite like to just a little rotate there. I don't think you can actually rotate these when you place them. You basically get one shot to do it. Stuck on that pillar now, it's annoying. I swear the first time I placed it down, I went to place it down, it was a lot further away from my character. I'm not sure why. It's now right on me. I think I can help a little bit. So it looks like it's good. It's very close to that one at the edge back there, but I think it's going to be alright. Oh, I did get the option to rotate it there. Okay, so we now have a fairly unspectacular looking. Yeah, that one was close, but it's alright. Okay, so let me bring you back when I've made some more progress. So I forgot step. I had to pick the tree back up. So I forgot to say, or I forgot that you need to basically establish a level first. So I need all these pillars to be at the same height, and forgot that was needed. So what I've done is gone to the highest point, built the pillar on that, and placed a flat a ceiling on all of that, basically to expand. See, there's the centre point there, but to expand out to the edge of the circle, where the edge of the circle will be, I've removed the third fence foundation out from the centre in most cases, so in all of these cases over here, and now I'm just going to use the vertical offset trick. So if you see that fence foundation, because that ceiling is up there, is now snapping up to that ceiling above. So I've got to do that all the way around again, just to make sure I get all of these fence foundations at the same level, regardless of the fact that they're going down the hill. So I'll bring you back when I've done that, guys. Okay, so next stage. We have reached the next stage. So this is basically the idea. It doesn't look polished at all at the moment. So what I did, as I said, I made sure that the ceilings were all on that same height, and now I'm going round, and I'm gonna. So it's going to end up as a helix, basically. I'm hoping as we go up, because obviously we'll get round the circle completely. Well, maybe we won't actually. Maybe we won't get all the way around the circle completely before we get up to the level that we want to get to. We'll have to see on that. It might just be interesting to go a bit higher, see how Because if it's going up by that amount every time, then we're going up 16 times as high as that, effectively. So it'd be interesting to see where that comes out. I might not have to go all the way around then. So let me do more, guys. Apologies, this is all a bit broken up, but there's quite a lot to do in this. I don't want the video to be too long, so I will bring you back rather than having you kind of stick with me, because it's a fairly boring process to get all this round. Yeah, back in a sec. Right, this is coming together. It may look a bit mad at the moment. I think it slightly is. But I think it's going to work. You'll have to just bear with me. I'm not going to get very much more done in this episode. But so we're up at the kind of the top tier level here. And we did actually go all the way around. So we've gone all the way around there. All the way around the circumference of the circle. So this is going to be our height. So what I need to do is bring each one of these up basically to that height, so that I can put a ceiling down, and then I can remove and clear the walkway again. So it looks a bit janky at the moment, and totally appreciate it looks a bit janky, and you probably I know it's difficult to envision what I'm kind of going for here. But if you're seeing this, it's worked, because if it hadn't worked I wouldn't have put it out. So we shall see. But yeah, so what I was looking at originally, well, yeah, I'm going with the original idea, but just to show you what it looks like with stairs, it still doesn't really work well with stairs. I think if I had maybe done the 32-sided circle, or a 64-sided circle even, which I've never attempted, it may well have worked, although I feel like it probably would have ended up with so many pieces that it would have been a bit crazy. Having said that, this is what I'm going to attempt to do, and this is going to take some grind and a lot of off-camera work. But if you've seen the video that I was doing in the Crystal Isles, and this is where this idea came from really, is that I built kind of a little custom staircase out of the benches in Crystal Isles, because you can put them on the top of a ramp and you can walk on them, and they work just as well as a set of stairs. But obviously you get the opportunity to be able to manipulate these much more precisely than you can with a set of stairs. So just the fact that, and this is probably again to take a little bit of seeing at them, I'm sure, at the moment, but the fact that those two ramps, so if you look at the interface between those two ramps there, it doesn't look great. It's all kind of janky and there's a big gap, but with the benches I'm able to kind of hide that interface and make it look a lot smoother. So what I need to do is work my way down from the top. Obviously I've got to grind out a hell of a lot of benches to do this, to get all the way up there. It's going to be a lot of benches and a lot of resources, and each bench takes 120 wood, which is, I've always thought it was a bit crazy how much wood they take, when ceiling doesn't take anywhere near as much as that. I think the ceiling is like 80 or something like that, isn't it? Let's see, might be wrong. Yeah, ceiling is 60. So why a bench takes so much more resource, I don't know. 120 is smaller than a ceiling, but there you go. So that's the grind that I need to do, and I think if I work from the outer ring, see if what I need to do, where I've sort of just having played around with this a little bit, obviously the outer edge is the widest point, and that's the bit that kind of sticks out in all cases. So I think if I work from the top down and just do a single row of the benches all the way down, I should get it right, and then I can fill in the spaces towards the trunk, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. It's a bit difficult to explain, because yeah, trying to start on the inside doesn't work, and trying to start kind of just because you end up just adjusting them so much, because obviously it's got to turn, but it's difficult to work out from the bottom how much it's got to turn or how much it's got to come across, because obviously you can see here where I've placed these three, they're not really in the right place. They need to be further over to the left or coming more straight in order to hit that corner of the next set of stairs. But as I said, the bench gives me the ability to be able to turn that angle much more gradually as I go up all the way in, so I can get much closer to the fact, so it's not going to stick out, for example. Hopefully it's not going to stick out, and I think the fact that I've done it on that one and made it look pretty smooth means I should be able to do it all the way up. But it's going to take some time and it's going to take some grind, and I'm definitely not going to get it done this episode, and it might not even be the next episode, guys, because I might put another Crystal Rose episode out in the meantime, or some other stuff. I definitely will put some other stuff out. So yeah, this is probably a little bit more of a long-term project. I'm just conscious this episode is quite long already, but so once I get up to the top, there will be a section where the ramp comes up that's open, so that will probably just be open, and then yeah, it'll be, I think it's probably going to be 3 wide, not sure, we'll have to see what it looks like when we do it. I don't think 3 wide is particularly different to the actual platforms. So yeah, I'm not sure this is going to look better than the platforms. I do actually love to say it's one of the more attractive items. I think I've spent a lot more with the model and detail, effort and time with the model on the platforms. So I'm not sure it's going to look better, but it's one of those just I get an idea in my head, and it's kind of a see if I can do it sort of thing. Is it even feasible kind of idea? So yeah, I hope you think this looks cool. I think it's going to turn out all right. I think it's going to turn out pretty well. It'll be interesting to see the spiral up all the way up the trunk there. And obviously what I can do, because we've got this S plus structure support turned off, I can take away all these pillars and all this extra structure and just leave it with a ramp. Unfortunately I can't take the ramps away because the benches are vanilla pieces, they're not an S plus piece, and they therefore need to be supported by something. And unfortunately there is no glass ramp that you can place down that will be completely invisible. The glass ramps model still has you can't turn off the bars and stuff like that on it. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. And yeah, like as I said, this will take a little bit more time. And let me know what you think of the gate and stuff over there. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support and watching to the end of this one, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, my name is Toves, and I shall catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.